For more than a decade, apps have been the center of everything we do on our phones. If you wanted something done, you opened an app. Order food? Open an app. Book a ride? Open an app. Send money, check emails, plan a trip. Everything started the same way. Tap, scroll, search, confirm. That system became so normal, we stopped questioning it. But in 2026, something is quietly starting to change. Because a new kind of phone is emerging, one powered by AI at its core. And it's beginning to challenge the very idea of apps. Not by removing them overnight, but by making them less necessary. And if this shift continues, apps may not disappear completely, but they could fade into the background much sooner than most people expect. To understand why, you have to start with one simple problem apps were never designed to solve: friction. Every app adds steps. Even the best designed app still requires you to open it, find what you need, navigate menus, and make decisions along the way. Think about something as simple as ordering dinner. You open a delivery app, scroll through options, compare restaurants, choose items, enter details, confirm the order. That's a lot of interaction for one outcome, and we've accepted that friction for years because there was no better alternative. But now AI is changing the starting point. Instead of interacting with apps, you express intent. I want dinner delivered. I need a ride in 15 minutes. Book me a flight for next weekend. And the system handles everything. It doesn't ask you to open apps. It goes into them for you. It compares options, makes decisions, executes tasks. This is the fundamental shift, from navigating software to delegating outcomes. And once that happens, apps don't disappear. They become invisible. Another reason this shift is happening faster than expected is consolidation. Right now, your phone is filled with dozens of apps, each one solving a specific problem. One for messaging, one for payments, one for shopping, one for travel. But AI can combine all of that into a single interface. Instead of switching between apps, you interact with one system that understands context. That's a completely different experience. Because humans don't think in apps, we think in goals. You don't wake up thinking, I need to open 5 different apps today. You think, I need to get things done. AI aligns with that. It removes the need to translate your intent into app-based actions. And that's why the shift feels natural once you experience it. There's also a speed advantage that's hard to ignore. Apps require interaction. AI requires instruction. That difference matters. Interaction takes time. Instruction skips steps. You don't browse. You don't search. You don't compare manually. The system does it for you. And in a world where convenience drives behavior, the faster system usually wins. Another important reason apps are becoming less central is how AI is being integrated into the phone itself. This isn't just about downloading an AI app. It's about the operating system changing. AI is becoming the first layer you interact with. Search becomes conversational. Tasks become automated. Workflows become seamless. So instead of tapping icons, you talk, type, or think in natural language. And the system responds. That means apps still exist, but they're no longer the front door. AI is. And when something loses its position as the front door, it loses importance. There's also a massive shift happening behind the scenes in how businesses think about this.
Apps created an entire economy, but they also created gatekeepers, app stores, platform fees, ranking systems, control over visibility. Now AI has the potential to disrupt that structure, because if users don't open apps directly, then app rankings matter less. If AI chooses which service to use, then competition shifts from who has the best app interface to who integrates best with AI systems. And that's a completely different game. Companies are starting to realize this.
Which is why they're racing to make their services AI compatible. Because if you're not part of that system, you risk being invisible. Another powerful driver of this shift is personalization. Apps are static. They present the same interface to everyone. But AI is dynamic. It adapts to you, your habits, your preferences, your behavior. Instead of learning how to use an app, the system learns how to serve you. And that changes the experience completely. Because it feels less like using software and more like interacting with something that understands you. But here's what makes this transition happen faster than people expect. It doesn't require a dramatic switch. You don't wake up one day and delete all your apps. It happens gradually. At first, AI helps you inside apps. Then it starts handling tasks across apps. Then it replaces the need to open them altogether. So you don't stop using apps overnight. You just use them less and less, until eventually you stop thinking about them entirely. That's how major platform shifts happen. Quietly at first, then all at once. Of course, this shift isn't without challenges. Trust is a big one. If AI is making decisions on your behalf, it has to get things right, because mistakes are more significant. Ordering the wrong product is one thing. Booking the wrong flight is another. There's also the issue of control. Some people want to see options, compare choices, understand every step. AI simplifies that process, but it also reduces visibility, and that can feel uncomfortable, at least in the beginning. Then there's privacy. If your phone understands your behavior, your preferences, your daily patterns, that raises important questions. Where does that data go? How is it used? Who controls it? So adoption depends on more than just technology. It depends on trust, transparency, and reliability. But if those challenges are solved, the benefits are hard to ignore. Less friction, fewer steps, faster results, a simpler way to interact with everything. And that's why AI phones could replace apps sooner than people expect. Not because apps suddenly disappear, but because they become unnecessary. They fade into the background, handled by systems instead of humans. And once that happens, the way we use our phones fundamentally changes, because the phone is no longer a collection of apps. It becomes a single intelligent interface, one that doesn't ask you to figure things out, but figures things out for you. And when that shift fully takes hold, opening an app might feel like going backward, like typing a website into a browser, instead of just asking for what you want, something we used to do, before something better came along.